Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Nick Earnshaw here, Earnshaw Radio. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. You could also be watching on the X platform, also on BFA Sports live stream as well. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We're back with another edition on this Monday night. And listen, what a day it's been. What a day it has been in Philadelphia sports, to say the least. We're coming on after the Phillies game. Phillies win 1-0 over those freaking Mets. Oh, I love a win over the Mets. God, I like beating New York. It's fun to beat New York. Why don't these teams do it often? I don't know. But the Phillies, they come away with a victory tonight. And listen, they were the ragtag Philadelphia Phillies tonight. That lineup was interesting to say the least. Harper, he leads it off with Trey Turner going to the IL. We'll get into all that as well. Thanks for everyone for tuning in to the Scott Air interview, the Johnny Avello interview as well. If you go to the YouTube channel, the Scott Air, former Philadelphia Philly 2008 World Series champion, is there. You can check that out as well. Johnny Avello, lead odds maker at DraftKings. We also put that interview out last week. Got a lot of great responses from that, so much appreciated. We'll talk about what's coming up this week as well, but we'll start with the Philadelphia Phillies. 1-0 win over the New York Mets. We love to see it. Listen, it was a ragtag lineup. I mean, what do you do? You score one run, but these are the type of games you got to win, right? Like, these are the type of games that you are going to see in the postseason, right? And you get a massive, massive, massive start out of Aaron Nola. He needed this so bad. I sent out a tweet earlier tonight after he was done. I mean, he was unbelievable. 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks on the night. Vintage ace like Nola tonight. That's what we need out of him going forward into the postseason. I also put out a poll question. I'm going to put it out actually right now. I thought I put it out, but I didn't put it out. I was running around doing wash tonight. It's the whole thing, So I'm going to put out a poll. Do you feel better about Aaron Nola being in the postseason rotation after tonight's start? You can go vote on Twitter as well. We'll talk about some of the responses at the end of the show. I'll also put it up here on the screen for you guys as well. So we'll get into that later in the show. We'll see what the results are on the poll. We'll see what the results are in the comment section. Make sure to like, subscribe on the YouTube channel, retweet on the X platform too. Aaron Nola, I mean, absolutely ridiculous tonight. I mean, his stuff was working. He was getting guys out. Gave up a couple of hard hit baseballs early in the game. That's okay. He got out of it. He worked his way out of it. And you need to beat the New York Mets. Just because they've owned you. They've owned you. No, listen, the Phillies have beaten them at home, but you can't beat them at Citi Field for some reason. That's the thing. You can't beat them at Citi Field, which is a problem in and of itself. But they get it done tonight, and Nola was masterful. I know people are, iffy on Nola. Is he an ace? Is he not an ace? The whole thing. I understand it. But he was great tonight. So I want to know from everyone out there, did tonight give you more confidence in Aaron Nola to be in the playoff rotation when it comes to October? Let me know. Go vote at Twitter at Earnshaw Radio. We have it up. The poll's ready to rock. So I'll talk about that during the night. And so far, early votes coming in, 75% say no, they are not confident in Nola heading into the postseason after tonight. Didn't do enough for him. Let me know. I think he's going to pitch no matter what in the postseason. He does not have the stuff to come out of the bullpen. Just doesn't have it. He doesn't throw 95, 100 miles an hour like Joan Duran does, right? He's a starter. He's a pitcher. Like, he misses his spots, most of the time this year. But, I mean, he's a guy who's a starter. You can't pull him out. And I've talked about this on the radio. I've talked about it before. I've gone on other shows and talked about it. Yes, he struggled. He'll give up home runs. He'll have that one Nola bad inning, right? One Nola bad inning, which is frustrating. But, I mean, I still think he can pitch in big games. You saw it tonight. This was a big game for the Phillies. This is a series where you can really take away the division from the Mets. I know they're up a ton of games right now, and they're in lockstep to probably win it. But you still need to just put the Mets away, drown them. Don't split a series. No. We're not splitting series here. You got to go sweep the New York Mets right now. 8 games up. Okay, put them away. Make them 10 games back. Put them away. The magic number, it's just going to keep decreasing. And Aaron Nola is going to be part of that. He showed up tonight. I can't be mad at Aaron Nola. I just can't. He had an injury this year. He's been a horse for them over how many years now? Tonight, he showed why he pitches great in big games. That's why they call him Big Game Nola. And I think tonight, it showed me he's ready. Comment, like, subscribe. I want to hear from you. We got the poll out on Twitter, on X, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's got 18 different names now. It's getting closer, 60-40 now on Twitter. I'm confident in Nola in the postseason. He struggled. And, tonight was a night that he needed. You needed to see a good start out of Aaron Nola to begin this series. Oh, just it does so many things for this team. Listen, they had the ragtag lineup today with all the injuries that went down. I mean, we'll go through them. I mean, it was a cluster, of injuries, moves, transactions with the Phillies. So you get to start out Nola. That's massive. If you're the Philadelphia Phillies, you get that. You put this game away. You can now ride. You had a goofy lineup out there as well. You go Harper leadoff, Schwarber second, Realmuto third, Kepler cleaning up, batting fourth, Bader fifth, Casty sixth, Stott 7. Keep him at 9. Can we keep Stott at 9? I'd like to keep him at 9, but I understand. Sosa at 8, Kemp rounding things out at 9. So you had all these transactions today, which were just ridiculous. So Turner goes to the 10-day IL with the right hamstring strain. Alec Bohm placed on the 10-day IL with left shoulder inflammation. Now, that one was a stunner. That one did not see coming. Did not see that one coming whatsoever. Very shocked at that positioning for Alec Bohm. He has a right shoulder problem. We had no idea about this. I mean, I had no idea he was having right shoulder problems. Rob Thompson talked about it before today's game, saying it was bothering him a little bit over the past week, 2 weeks. Then over the past few games, it's bothered him every single at bat. So they had to do something, and they're going to put him on the IL. I'm sure he'll be back for the postseason. Now, Turner seems like he's going to be back for the postseason. He came back. They said he felt like he came back early last year when he had the hamstring issue. I mean, if you were watching the game yesterday in Miami, and by the way, today would have been a scheduled loss. I mean, you're coming back on the road trip, the whole thing, but they get it done. They win 1-0 over the Mets. If you were watching that, he just walked right off. It actually caused confusion in Miami because he could have been tagged out or something. He just walked right off the field. It was unbelievable. I was watching football. I had baseball on in the other room. I had the Phils going just to pay attention to it. And he just walked off the field. Ridiculous. Unbelievable. So that was interesting, to say the least. So he goes to the IL as well. And then they bring up Otto Kemp. He's recalled from AAA. He was in the lineup tonight. They bring up Donovan Walton, who they selected his contract from Lehigh Valley. They actually made a trade with the New York Mets. The Phillies sent cash to the New York Mets July 1st for Donovan Walton. He's up today. Shocker there. And then right-handed pitcher Daniel Robert, reliever. We've seen Robert in a bunch of games, right? He goes to the 60-day IL with an injury. I mean, jeez. Who would have thought? And then it comes out that Brandon Marsh Marshy, he's got the flu. And apparently he was sleeping somewhere in the clubhouse trying to stay away from everybody. He didn't feel good. That's why Castellanos was in the lineup tonight. You saw him against the righty. And by the way, he drives home the only run that he drives home the game-winning run. How about Castellanos versus right-handed pitching? So, with that, the Phillies win. They win 1-0 over the New York Mets. They take game one of this 4-game set. So that's pretty massive, to say the least, that they're able to take this game. And it just feels good when a team feels like they own you, right? It felt like the Mets own them when they swept them in New York just a couple of weeks ago, right? Like that's what it felt like. They just had their number. You come out today, you get a victory. Stomp on their throats. You're now 8 games up in the standings. Fantastic. Love it. Awesome. You needed that. You needed that start out of Nola too. So I'm totally happy with tonight. I know they only put up 1 run. Ragtag lineup. Harper, wants to lead off the whole thing. So guess what? You get a win. It's all good. Duran comes in. I was on the edge of my seat. Gives up a couple of base hits. Gives up the double as well. Runners on second and third. 1 out. It's like, oh God, here we go. Is he gonna blow it again against the Mets? Does he have trouble against the Mets? The one guy you got to trade for just can't have trouble against the New York Mets. He does not. So they get that done. They're getting there, man. I mean, we're getting closer and closer to Red October. I'm getting really, really excited, to say the least, to get there. I can't wait to go to games at the bank. And now your magic number to win the NL East is down to 11. 11. We love to see it. We love to see it. By the way, I got Monday Night Football on too right now. They're in the third quarter. I'll give you updates on that if anything crazy happens. Really wasn't paying attention, Chicago, Minnesota, but I'll give you updates on that. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to Nernshaw Radio. Also check out BFA Sports as well. Special thanks to them. We're streaming on their platform too. So, to try to round things out with the Phillies, listen, magic number 11 to win the National League East at this point. They're 84-60 on the year. Mets fall to 76-68. The Mets are now 8 games back. 8 games back of the Phillies for first place in the National League East. It's looking great. It's looking great. I want to check some other scores here around Major League Baseball as well. Phillies trying to get that bye too. Dodgers don't play till 10 o'clock. I'm trying to see where the Brewers are at. Brewers are down 4-0 to the Rangers at this point right now. So they're down 4-0. Bottom 7. Rangers up on the Brewers at the moment. So it's a good sign. You'll take that. Hopefully the Rockies don't plan on them doing anything, but they take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers later on tonight, probably about 20 minutes. I think that game will start. So once again, Phil's win. Confident in Nola. Like Nola in big games, I trust. I just trust him in late September. It's early September right now, but late September, early October is when I really trust Aaron Nola. And he proved it again tonight. I mean, this guy's closed out divisions for this team. He's pitched in big playoff games. So, he's been awful. So there's no reason to have confidence in him. But tonight, I think you got to have a little bit more confidence in the guy. He's been there, done that. And Rob Thompson even explained he has confidence in Aaron Nola. He's got it as well. He's talked about it after post-game during his last awful start. The Phils have he's going to be one of the 3. I think it goes Sanchez, Nola, Ranger. Those are your 3. I think it's lockstep at this point. In case something else happens, it's lockstep. I think those are the 3 guys. Those are definitely the 3 guys. I think, listen, and it's good for Nola that he hasn't pitched a lot this year. He hasn't been the horse. Has not been the horse, for this team as much this year because he's been hurt, right? He's an innings eater. He's that type of pitcher. He has been that guy for the Phillies. And he pitches better in those big spots, and I trust him, and the Phillies do too. There's no reason to trust him at this point. I mean, why would you? He hasn't pitched well. So if you're confident in Nola, leave a comment. If you're not confident in Nola, leave a comment. We got the poll question out. 71% right now, so 29 say no, they need more. Because I put out the question, do you feel better about Aaron Nola being in the postseason rotation after tonight's start against the Mets? More people are saying no still. I mean, guys, what else does he have to do? Does he got to do it a couple more times? He pitched against the Mets tonight. They needed to beat the Mets. They did that. I'm confident in the guy, okay? I'm going to be confident in him heading into the postseason if I get a start like that against the Mets right now. They needed a start like that against the Mets, especially coming off the loss against Miami. Especially after getting swept by the New York Mets, you need to beat that team in a 1-0 game. He kept it close. They only scored 1 run. Ragtag lineup. I'm on Nola's side here. I really am. All right, let's get Jovan in here. We love Jovan. Total Sports Live. He's the man. As the weather gets cooler. I don't even know what I'm saying. As the weather gets cooler, Nola starts to heat up. It's true. It's very true. Not necessarily in the beginning of the season, when it is a little cold, but at the end he gets a little. He does start heating up a little bit. Hopefully that's the case here. Hopefully that is the case here. And tonight, it was promising. It was a promising start out of Aaron Nola. Now the next start, he'd probably give up like 3 home runs and fall apart, but that's okay. He did it against the Mets. The Mets. You need him against those type of teams. He can fall apart. And if we go down the Philly schedule, I'm going to try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think his next start will be against the Royals. So Royals, nice team. They hang around 500. So that'll probably be his next start. I guess it would be, I'm trying to figure out, not the 13th, maybe the 12th? No. Walker Buehler, I think, will start that. Maybe it gets pushed to the Dodger series. No, he'll start the September 14th. It looks like he's lined up. I believe that's Sunday. Yeah, that's going to be Sunday against the Royals at home. And then that's when the Phillies go to the West Coast to play the Dodgers. So a lot of big games coming up for the Fightins. They get a big win tonight. Very, very, very big win to start this series. Joan Duran gives you a little bit of a scare. Gives you a little bit of a scare in the 9th, but it's all right. He gets the job done. The whole 9. By the way, did anyone see Joan Duran's entrance as a sponsor now on NBC Sports Philly? Unbelievable. I mean, you could figure that was probably coming. Everyone wants to watch it. You knew that was going to happen. It's like Red Zone. You knew commercials at some point were going to happen. You just knew it was going to happen at some point, and that's what happened. All right, let's switch gears a little bit here. Let's talk a little Birds. Howie Roseman not sitting still at all. By the way, I think J.J. McCarthy just threw a pick 6. 16-6. The Bears are now leading. If you're watching that game, 17-6 after the extra point. Yeah, J.J. McCarthy, not a good debut so far for him. Doesn't seem like. I think he had like 48 passing yards at the half, but I digress. We'll talk a little Birds. Howie Roseman not sitting still whatsoever. He goes out and gets a tank. Gets an absolute tank. And I'm talking about some guy, not any guy. Get a running back. Go get Tank Bigsby. That one did not see that coming. I'm just being real. Did not see the Tank Bigsby thing coming. That was a little bit of a stunner to me, to be honest. I understand. Well, Shipley's a little banged up. That I get that. I get that whole part of it, but I didn't expect them to go out. AJ Dillon. I mean, it's been one game. My buddy Jovan pointed it out at first, like maybe they move Dillon to fullback, but he's got the neck problem. Yeah, I was like, I still didn't. And then the report comes out. I believe it was from Garofalo, if I'm not mistaken. He puts out the report regarding Bigsby. Quote, he said, the Eagles trade for Tank Bigsby is in part due to a need for another kick returner. Sources say he'll be in the mix for that role with Will Shipley, who had one return against the Cowboys dealing with that rib injury. So this was a move. I mean, you don't want really Mechie back there, I guess. So they go out, they get Tank Bigsby. I guess the Jaguars felt like, all right, we can move on from Bigsby. We think Travis Etienne is back to who he can be. I mean, Tank kind of fell back in the rotation in that first game. So I get the move now. Makes sense. And by the way, Schefter puts out the tweet, right? The Eagles just have been going crazy with trades since August 17th. They just continue to make moves. Eagles acquired John Mechie and a 6 from the Texans for Harrison Bryant and a 5th. Eagles acquired Sam Howell and a 6 from the Vikings for a 5th and a 7th. Then Eagles reacquired Fred Johnson from the Jaguars. Another trade with the Jaguars. Then they go get Darian Kennard from the Packers for a 7th, and now they get Tank Bigsby. I mean, they just continue to make trades. Like, I feel like that hasn't been talked about a lot. Like, they've been kind of low, smaller moves, right? But Howie just does not sit still. I mean, this is what makes him such a good GM. He just does not sit on his hands, right? So with the Birds, they just continue to make moves, and they go out. They win. It was a weird week 1. I don't know if anyone agrees with me. Let me know in the comments if you thought it was also a weird week 1. I thought it was just odd. Every game felt weird to me. But this is what you get. This is what you get overall. I mean, when you don't play in the preseason, you're trying to keep guys healthy, the whole thing. The first couple weeks are essentially your preseason. I mean, that's essentially what it is. So, I mean, I was just stunned by the Tank Bigsby thing. Didn't see that one coming. I could see Howie Roseman making a trade, but going to get Tank Bigsby, not on my bingo card for today. Not on my bingo card whatsoever. So I thought that was funny. That comes out during the Phillies game while they're beating the New York Mets tonight. So that comes out. Love it. Love to see it. So the Eagles add another running back into the rotation. So, listen, heading into this week, you're going to play the Chiefs, and it's a rematch. Chiefs did not look great in Brazil against the Chargers. Chargers kind of own them a little bit, right? Sketchy defense out there in Kansas City. But I think the Eagles still win this game and go in Arrowhead. I think they can. I don't think this is the same team as before. I don't think it's the same Chiefs team at all. I think they're kind of going like this. I feel like they've peaked after losing that Eagles Super Bowl. That could be the start of the downfall, right? That could be the beginning of the entire thing. But yeah, I think this one's going to be interesting to say the least, because you now add Tank into the mix. What are you going to do with AJ Brown, right? Like, is he going to get more involved? He was more of like a decoy in that last game. I don't know if anyone agrees, but AJ felt like he was still dealing with his hamstring injury. I mean, my goodness, it's just hamstrings all over the place in this city at this point. For once, at least it's not the knee. At least it's not the knee in this city heading into this week. But yeah, you turn it with the hamstring, and then AJ Brown, he felt more like a decoy out there, and that's why he's not getting targeted. They tried to get him the ball late in the 4th. But yeah, I think heading into this Birds game, you need to see a little bit more. It was, Jalen Carter spitgate. I understand that. Hopefully, no news yet on that. I don't think he'll be suspended. It doesn't seem like he'll be suspended, just based on precedent. But you never know. The NFL has talked about before the season even started, they wanted to have better sportsmanship heading in this year, and they're going to crack down on it. They were going to do that. I sit here and I wonder, like, will they suspend him? Because precedent says probably not. And I saw Ray Didinger, I believe it was on Inside the Birds. There was a clip from him talking about Mean Joe Green, spitting on people before, back in the day. So this is nothing new in the NFL. You got these big guys, right? These mean, Joe Green's of the world. And, this has happened. Now, do I condone it? Heck no. It's the lowest thing you could do is spit on another human being. But I think Jalen Carter was just kind of baited into it. He was just kind of baited into it by Dak Prescott. And you saw Dak spit. You saw him spit. He did. And, it might have been like towards him a little bit, but he got baited into it because you saw him laughing after the fact. It might not have been on purpose towards Jalen Carter to spit on him, but then he looks up and see Jalen Carter yelling at him, and he kind of laughed like, yeah, I was spitting over here, So I whatever happens with Jalen Carter, fine. But if he's in the middle, that helps everybody else out because he is your anchor in the middle. He kind of sets the defense, right? Being in the middle, that creates problems if he's not there all around. So Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one against the Chiefs. You know, you love a Super Bowl rematch. Those Thursday night games are always weird too. I remember when the Eagles played the Falcons following their last Super Bowl. That was a weird game too. Got a chance to go to this one, and I was getting ripped a little bit. Had to leave early. Unmitigated circumstances. Unmitigated circumstances. I will full disclosure. Unmitigated circumstances. If I had transportation, would have been there. Would have stayed the whole thing. But whole thing. Transportation, yeah, whatever. But still a good time. Still had a lot of fun. Got to watch the rest on the bus. But I think this week's going to be a fun game. I really do. I still think I think the Eagles could take this one. I really, really believe that. Right now they are favored by 1.5. So, going to Arrowhead, never easy. So, it's going to be a fun one. By the way, Jalen Hurts. Shout out to Brendan D. He put out an interesting nugget, to say the least. Look right, wrong side, that side. It's late, man. It's been a long day. But he put out a fascinating tweet. I hashtagged QB1 to it. Week 1 rankings among all QBs heading into the Monday Night Football game today. Completion percentage first. QBR first. Success rate 4th. EPA generated 3rd. He was so good. Like, he won that game single-handedly for the Birds. And I just can't sit here and let people go out there, right? Go out there and literally talk about Jalen Hurts in a way without watching him play, without watching him play the quarterback position, right? Like, he is literally one of the best quarterbacks in football. He manages the game so well. It should not be a dig to manage the game. He is a guy I want in the 4th quarter with the football in his hand. He does such a good job. He's potent. He's ready to run an offense in the 4th, in the big moments, when you need him most. He's calm. He's cool, collected. He's not going to turn the ball over. He's going to make a smart decision. I mean, those things sometimes don't show up on the stat sheet, but that's so important. That's why you have guys like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Joe Montana, all these superstar quarterbacks talking so well about Jalen Hurts. And I'll continue to defend Jalen Hurts till he really falls apart or something, and then I would I'm still going to criticize him if he makes mistakes. It's fine. It's part of it. But let's not act like a Super Bowl MVP. And this guy who has the highest completion percentage in Super Bowl history is some scrub. It's amazing to me. All right. Before I get out of here, I don't know if anybody saw Sixers uniforms, man. It officially got announced. Oh, I'm so excited. I got my Sixers shirt on tonight, by the way. This is like an old school. I don't even know what this one is, but it's not the throwback 01 Iverson era uniforms. But they're going to wear them a ton this year. I believe it's going to be 14 times. They will wear the 25th anniversary 2001 unis of that 01 Eastern Conference Championship team. 4, 8, 12. 14 times. They will start November 8th against the Toronto Raptors wearing those jerseys. The final time they will wear it will be against the Bucks on April 12th. So, I can't wait to see those unis. I'm a merch fiend. So I will be going and buying probably like Tyrese Maxey or Jared McCain, VJ Edgecombe. I can't buy an Embiid right now. I will not buy a Paul George, even though I have a Paul George jersey. Listen, bad choice. I make bad choices with jerseys sometimes and jerseys overall, but no, that's going to be sick. The merch for that's going to be awesome. Can't wait. It's been so long. It's like we're getting the Kelly Green. We get the Phillies powder blues back. We get the Sixers 01 unis back. It's like Eagles win the Super Bowl. Things are healing. Red October's around the corner. It's a good time to be a Philly sports fan. Hopefully guys can get healthy on the Philadelphia Phillies as well as the 76ers. But 01 Sixers jerseys, they're back. I can't wait to watch them. I can't wait to wear it. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to spend so much money. Got to get the credit card out for that because that's going to be fantastic overall. All right. Let's check up one more time on the poll question from tonight. We started the show with the Phillies. They beat the New York Mets tonight 1-0. We put out the poll question. It's gotten closer. Do you feel better about Aaron Nola being in the postseason rotation after tonight's start against the New York Mets? I feel a lot better. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on Nola. We got into the Eagles talk. We got into the Sixers talk a little bit. We started with Phillies. We'll round out with Phillies before I get going in just a couple of minutes. But give me your thoughts. I want to hear from you. Nola, are you confident in him for the postseason? I think it's a lock. Just the way Rob was talking after a few of these games, that he's going to be the guy, right? Like, you can't put a guy like Nola into the pen. You can't. You don't have the stuff. And by the way, he's been there, done that every postseason for you over the past couple of years. You just can't do it. You can't. So I felt a lot better about Nola tonight. Now he'll probably give up like 4 home runs, 3 home runs. I said earlier in the show, in the next start against the Royals or something, but that's just how the Nola coaster goes, right? But if he is showing up against these good teams in a big moment against New York Mets, a team that he just could not beat in that last series at Citi Field, and had so much trouble beating them on the road, get him back at home tonight. He pitches a good game. I mean, 6 innings pitched, no runs. Casty's the guy to help you out. It's a win for me. Tonight was a win for me from Aaron Nola perspective. And it gives me more confidence in him heading into the postseason. It just does. Because if he's pitching like this again late in the season, when he struggled, he's had years where he struggled throughout, and then he comes back and pitches well late in the season to get big wins. I think you're going to see him split between the lefties, between Sanchez and Ranger. It feels inevitable the way the Phillies have talked, and you get to start out on him like that. It's going to tell the Phillies, yeah, we're going to trust this guy in a big game. Even though he struggled, I mean, he's been bad this year. I mean, there's no way around it. He's just not been good, especially since he came back from that injury, right? Like, this was a start where it was like, whew, okay, Nola still got it in him. He's got it in him, and that's what's important, right? Like, you look at his last couple starts against Milwaukee: 5 innings, 6 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Ugh, gross, right? And then Atlanta before that, he gives up 4 earned runs, gives up a homer, 3 walks in that one. He gave up that one series against Washington on the 17th, not the second start, the first start, gave up 6 earned in that one. So, like, when he returned. So tonight was a confidence booster for me on Aaron Nola, and he looked great. So you got to give him credit. Give him a couple hard hit baseballs early on in the ball game, but he looked really, really good tonight. So listen, back at it tomorrow. 6:45 is the start. Phil's Mets. You got Sean Manaea versus Ranger Suarez. So Manaea, sorry. Oh God, it's getting late. But Ranger Suarez against Sean Manaea. That's going to be a fun one. Ranger's been really good. Phil's got to hit this pitching, man. I know they're missing a lot of guys, Bohm, Turner, etc. But you got to get at least 3 in this series. I'd prefer sweep. You can't be splitting. You're up 8 games. Put this team away. Would you go win a division title? Get a bye. So that's where I'm at with the fight-ins. But we'll check one more time on the poll question before I get out of here, before I announce kind of our next guest on Wednesday. We're going to have one more guest coming up this week. Oh, we flipped it over. Do you feel better about Aaron Nola being in the starting postseason rotation after tonight's start against the Mets? 54% say yes, 46% say no. I'm good. I'm glad we're getting some yeses into that poll question. So it's a good sign. I know it's the Nola coaster. We got to take it start by start, but this was a good one. It was a big game for him. So he gets a W. We love to see it. He leads the poll question. All right, before we get out of here, I know I've been saying it like 14 times tonight, but have another interview dropping on Wednesday. The Philadelphia Eagles are playing the Kansas City Chiefs. So I figured this guy can get whenever. Honestly, he'll come on the show whenever. I do shows with him on the radio. He's been a guest when I filled in. I've co-hosted with him before. Former Kansas City Chiefs, spent a little bit of time there in the early 2000s. Wide receiver. He actually beat Dante Hall in the fastest man competition with the Kansas City Chiefs. He's so much fun. You'll see who it is. I'm sure you can guess who it is if you follow any of my stuff, see any of my posts on social media. We're going to talk to him about the Eagles and Chiefs. We're talking to him about his career, talking to him about the fast man competition against Dante Hall. I mean, I can pretty much give it away. Dave Klemick is going to be joining me for Wednesday's interview this week. He's great. He owns the Klemick Performance Method. He's coached guys like Bo Melton, Austin Johnson, guys who are in the NFL right now. So we'll be talking to Dave this week. I might as well. It's too easy. That one I can't really that one I can give away really easy. So Dave Klemick going to join us, going to be the interview this week. Looking forward to talking with him just about everything in his career. He's had a fascinating career, local guy from South Jersey. So that will be a lot of fun. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Phillies win it 1-0 over the New York Mets. Take the first game of a 4-game set against those freaking stinking Mets. So they win it 1-0. Aaron Nola, fantastic tonight. Get on the Nola coaster. It's a crazy ride, but sometimes you can enjoy it. Sometimes those drops are a lot of fun. Tonight was a lot of fun. Phillies get it done. All right. I'll talk to you soon. See you, everybody. I'm out.